Hello and welcome to the Magicworld Review Show from a very different location right now, near some fast internet. But let's get going with this week's Magicworld Review Show. But before we do, I just want to announce the winner to the Frostbite playing cards, which are these right here. The winner of this deck of cards is Magician47 from YouTube. So the randomly picked winner, Magician47, thank you for watching. You have won yourself this deck of cards. Let me know your address and we'll get them in the post to you straight away. So now let's get on to this week's review show, starting now. This show is sponsored by printbymagic.com. We print directly to your bicycle playing card. Hi and welcome to the Magicworld Review Show. I'm not sure what week it is right now because we've shot 4 in a row. I shouldn't say that, should I? However, at the same time, this week we're going to be reviewing Card on Ribbon by Mickael Chatelain, of course. Have I pronounced that correctly? Yes? Anyway, visual clean, amazing. The packaging, although the packaging doesn't look incredible, the actual trick itself is. This is £31.99, which I think is a fairish price. Maybe a couple of pounds more than that, probably would have liked, but at the end of the day, when I first saw it, I thought, well, is it just this? But then I realised you actually get a lot more with it. There's a lot more thinking behind it. You get not just a gimmick box, you get a gimmick card, and a whole gimmick deck. So you're getting quite a lot, and then of course the magical thinkings of Mickael Chatelain. So if you're on YouTube, let's cut to a trailer of it now. We're not on YouTube, we're on Facebook, maybe. Who knows where you're watching this from. So here it is. This, I would say it's a very good product. I'd say if you want something a little bit different, and you want something that is a little bit larger, a bit more visual, great for walk around, a bit for a parlour, a bit more, not stagey, but more that sort of, you could do it to a group of 10 people very comfortably at a table. And the thing is, it is going to take up a pocket in your jacket, and it's a trick deck of cards. At the end of the day, it's a deck of cards, not trick, but it has gimmicks made to it so that the thread and ribbon can go through it. So at the end of the day, it doesn't take up much space for quite a long trick. Now you can have a great fun, you thread the ribbon through, and of course their card will be the only one that escapes off the ribbon. And the gimmicks inside it make that really, really easy to do. Now, can the whole box after be examined and things? Well, there's ways around everything, as you know. And There might be a small bit of ditching, that is all I'm going to say. But apart from that, I think it's clean, I think it's visual, and it does work exactly as it says and as it advertises it. It's clean, I think for difficulty level, I'd say pretty much beginners to intermediates. There's not very much that you have to do. And he teaches a really nice control of a card from the middle to the bottom, and it looks fantastic as well. He uses it on the trailer of the video. So he teaches that, it's very simple, and the rest of it kind of works itself. So I would say, yep, it's worth it if you haven't already got a card to ribbon, or a deck of cards with a ribbon, that kind of a trick in your repertoire. This is one that will last at least 4 or 5 minutes, maybe longer, and you can have a lot of fun with the people at the table. So I think it's worth £31.99. I think that you get good video instructions both in French and in English, and I'm going to give it a rating out of 10. Very simple. Rating out of 10 for ribbon, card and ribbon will be, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's a good product. I think it's a solid product, nicely invented, and I think it will last you a long time as well. So there you go. Okay, so this week we have another review show, unless we've actually put this with one of the other review shows. How can we do that? Because this is live.
Yes. Live.
Okay, this week we're going to be reviewing Memorandum by Woody Aragon.
Indeed.
And very excited about this book. I've not started reading it yet, which is why I brought you in.
You did.
Because you can speed read 100 pages in less than a day. Less than an hour, sorry.
Well, mine came on Friday, was it? And
Yeah.
I think I read it over the weekend, so I've only scan read it just to know what's in there, so at least I can let you know what's in there, what is in store for you. But if you've only got the attention span of about that, buy it. If you're remotely interested in it, buy it. If you've already committed to another stack, buy it, because there's loads in there for you. So I'll try and go into a little bit more depth.
Buy it from Magicworld.
Well, definitely.
Anyway, the price of it, how much is this one, please?
This is $45.99.
$45.99. If we're on YouTube, we're going to cut to a trailer of it right now.
Hello my friends, my name is Woody Aragon and I am very, very, very sad. I am not, it's a joke. I am very happy because I have a new book, Memorandum. And I am very, very, very sad because I am going to share for first time all this stuff.
If you choose a 4 here, I have a 4, I have a 4, and I have the 4, 4. So it's very good, this one, it's very good. I can't believe it, you will be...
So I am very proud of this stuff and I think it's the time to share it with you.
46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51.
One card is missing,
Yes.
and it's the 3 of clubs. I remove a card. At the beginning I have no clue, but I give you the card. Can you show to everybody that the card I told was exactly the card he's thinking of? 3 of clubs! Can I ask with
Yes.
Matt, are you there? I am the magician.
I hope you will enjoy it. This is Memorandum. Memorandum!
But of course we're on Facebook, and I'm going to leave you in the hands of Daniel Meadows to finish the review. How's that?
Okay.
Boom.
So I think in his book, A Book in English, Woody Aragon has talked through. You've got a face. What's going on?
No, it's fine.
So I'm still going.
Yeah.
He's just got a face. So he talks through in A Book of English quite a few of his effects. So he also mentioned that he has a stacked deck, but it hasn't seen the light of day in English. It finally came out. I went to the session convention in January, just gone, and Woody did some of the effects there. Really liked it. He talked through, but he didn't tip what it was. But he talked through some of the features that make his stack unique. So what I do like is that the top portion of the stack is reversible. So what that allows is if you're dealing and you're in a different stack, you would then have to undeal it. You'd have to pick them up in a certain order to put it back in place. With Woody's, it doesn't matter if that bit gets reversed, and he uses that principle in a few of his effects. So essentially, his first block of cards forms a palindrome, that this card and this card's the same, the next one, all around a central card. So it sounds a little bit cryptic, but it does make sense if you know what a palindrome is, like none, N-U-N, that's a palindrome because the first and last are the same Okay, that's the side. He also talks about how to memorise a stack, so I'm familiar with a few different ways. So again, have a look at this book if you need to learn any more. This book gets referenced a heck of a lot because of the influence between Woody and Juan. He's the maestro. This is an absolute Bible. Although it's a different stack, there's so much stack independent stuff in here. There's a lot of references back. There's so much in here. Definitely buy this book if you haven't already. So why, if you've got a stack here, would you commit to a different stack? There's other features built into it. So although there's stack independent stuff in there, there's some great stuff I hadn't come across before. So he calls it System W, which is a really nice way. Most people know that if you riffle shuffle a memorised deck, someone could still find out what your card was that you'd taken before the riffle shuffle. He can actually show you how to do it with an overhand shuffle that I've never seen anyone else do. So someone could take a card, someone overhands, shuffles, you take the deck back, you can work out what card they've just taken. That's really effective. He also talks through the 50-50 principle, which is really deceptive. He also goes on to the Siamese deck principle that I can see a lot of people having fun with. It's a way of getting an instant duplicate into your deck that you can then do other things with, or there's loads of different ways he can use it. So he talks through different ways of memorising his stack, which I hadn't seen elsewhere. If you are really struggling, have a look for a book called, or it's like an ebook by the Memory Arts, I think it's called, and they've got an Aronson edition, they've got the MNEMONICA edition, they've now got the Memorandum edition. So it's a great ebook, and it goes through how to memory peg things, or how to visualise your room at home and walk around what the different cards are. I found that technique to be really useful. So in here you've got things that if I had actually seen it done, like I did at the session, I had no idea. Although I knew he was using a memorised deck, I didn't know how it was going on. So there's plenty to go at in here that I haven't seen elsewhere. So if you've already committed to the Aronson stack, you'll still get loads out of this, because you could apply a lot of the principles to the stack you already know, or you might even say, right, I'm going for his stack. So there's different things you can do. So stack deck magic, you go for MNEMONICA, you've got Aronson's work like Bound to Please, I think it is, and other books that he's releasing, Art Deco. There's loads of other things, but I think that is definitely a keeper. You've got Pitt Hartling in Order to Amaze, you've got Dennis Bear, but I think this is definitely, if you're into memorised deck magic, or you think you might want to be, definitely have a look at this. I think it's great. Well done, Woody.
Cool. So that's the end of this week's live review show.
I made it.
Again,
I made it.
You made it to the end,
And
yes?
although it's live, technically I might be at work. Don't investigate me. So
It looks live. It appears to be
It
live.
looks live.
But the good thing about this, if it is live, and it's not really live, it means I can be replying to you guys at home and talking to you at the same time as watching us on screen. How
And I
crazy is that?
don't get sacked. So that's the main thing for me.
Bonus. So let us know in the comments down below how happy you are to see Daniel Meadows back. Only good comments, of course, because it is good to have someone else on the show, not just me every week. I know that.
You mean someone who's actually read it or watched it?
Yeah.
It makes a difference.
Yeah. So anyway, let's not talk about that. So that's the end of this week's review show. Let's go to another one. Bye bye.
I'll give it a 9.
Oh yeah. Sheesh, we forgot the ratings. Okay, so what are you going to rate? What is the rating you're going to give to Memorandum out of 10?
I'd give it a 9. I think it's a 9 or a 10. I think because it references certain other bits with that you're going to need other bits, so it's not self-contained necessarily.
Is it a 9 or is it Magicworld's first 10? Because we did get in trouble quite a lot. Well, not trouble.
For not using 10s.
Lots of people saying we don't give 10s, and
I don't know, maybe I'm just harsh that it's not.
We always
it's not
say
perfect,
nothing's-
but I think there's so much in that. So
Yeah.
for a memorised deck worker, it's a worker in
Yeah.
that it deserves to be on your shelf.
so shall we put a
So
9.5?
So if by that criteria it's a 10, it's a 10.
Oh, okay.
I think there's definitely stuff in there, and it'll be a classic for people to go back to say,
Cool.
this is it for the stuff it introduces.
We'll stick to 9.5 out of 10 then. That's pretty much a 10 for us. So brilliant.
We'll round up.
Thank you. Bye-bye. That's this week's review. Hope you've enjoyed it. I am James Anthony. Have a fantastic week. Bye-bye.